Welcome back to our channel, ladies and gentlemen. I want to begin by asking you a question in your very considered opinion. Did William Ruto make the right decision by impeaching Rigathi Gachagua? We can look at the events as they have transpired ever since Ruto engineered the impeachment of Rigathi Gachagua. Did he meet his main intention? I'm asking this because before Gachagua was impeached, there were two groups of people who were reading the ground. The ground here is Mount Kenya. The one that was led by Rigathi told them that I have read the ground, I listened to the ground, and the ground is opposed to this impeachment, and it will backfire on you, William Ruto. But there was another group that was led by Kimani Chungwa, Kithure Kindiki, Sabina Chege and the likes, who are telling people like Geoffrey Ruko and all that, they were telling William Ruto that on our side we have read, we have also listened to the ground. Well, the moment you impeach Rigathi Gachagua, people will make noise for only a week and they will forget him. But it will even be better if you replace Rigathi Gachagua with another person from Mount Kenya and you are done. They will still feel part of this government. Has it cured the disease? If you ask me, the people have refused to forget, they have continued to make noise, and they have rejected and rebelled against William Samoei Ruto. Number two, they created a narrative and they told William Ruto that even if they decline to accept the change, what you must do is to create two parallel powers. Create Mount Kenya West and Mount Kenya East. If the people of Mount Kenya West feel that their son has been dethroned, you will have the people of Mount Kenya East who will feel part of the government because their son, Kithure Kindiki, shall have taken the seat from Rigathi Gachagua. And there was clamor to try and market Mount Kenya West and Mount Kenya East. But even as we speak today, Rigathi Gachagua has chased Kithure Kindiki from Mount Kenya East. I'm talking about Meru, Embu, and maybe the Tarakas or something. Over the last few days, something very serious has happened. The very main leaders who come from those areas, and let us just combine Meru and Embu. Serious leaders, for example, the former Attorney General, JB Muturi, has now decamped from William Ruto. That's a very serious leader. And he is with Wamunyoro. I understand that he could vie for the Embu gubernatorial position, and the current chair of the UDA, Cecil Mbarire, will be defeated. And I understand that Cecil is not even considering contesting or defending her seat. The other day, the former agriculture CS, Linturi, also abandoned William Ruto. And he really exposed Ruto, saying that Ruto was the author and the finisher of the fertilizer scandal. And then, I remember the former Meru governor, Kiraitu Murungi, was also saying that, in his considered opinion, Meru has been forgotten. It is not in the map. So this tells you that things are getting thicker. And the idea of appointing Kithure Kindiki to try and bridge the gap between, I don't know, the self-created Mount Kenya West and Mount Kenya East has really backfired. I want us to listen to some of these leaders. And in this video, I want to show you why William Ruto's plan B has failed completely and Kithure Kindiki has been ousted and chased from that area. There are disparate efforts to try and hoodwink them that they are in government, but it is not working. Kindly subscribe to our channel and click the notification bell. This allows YouTube to notify you Please don't forget to like and share our videos.
For avoidance of doubt, I am focusing on running for the seat of the governor of Meru County for this coming election. So, but for me as a person, I am concentrating on looking for that job that I used to have some times back, and I think I did a good job that time. And the people of Meru think that I should go there, serve them for a second term. So that's the job I'm looking for now. And in that same vein, let me also make it very clear that I'm not looking for any other job. I have not been offered any other job by anyone. I want to make that clear. And even if I'm offered, I will not accept.
Our problem is just this. How come Meru has disappeared from the national map of Kenya? How come Meru has disappeared from the political map of Kenya? Our people are not happy. The Meru people are tired from being taken for granted.
Now, that is Kiraitu Murungi and Peter Munya. Those are great leaders. If you see Peter Munya ditching that camp, he does not want to associate himself there. We have Kiraitu Murungi. I've told you about Jebu Muturi and Misika Linturi. When all the leaders abandoned you, then that plan B has not worked. Because one of the things that Kithure Kindiki was charged with was to ensure that he brought all the leaders together. They thought that Kindiki was commanding such respect that people like Kiraitu Murungi, people like Peter Munya, all of them would work under him. But Mount Kenya East has basically boiled, it has erupted, and Kithure Kindiki was given a poisoned chalice to drink from, and it has really backfired on him. I want you to see Kithure Kindiki with his disparate efforts. Just the other day, he was now sharing his personal phone number. I think these people sometimes feel that we are so much gullible. Giving his people a number that he claims whenever you call, you'll get him, and he says, when you find me busy, just text. How many text messages would he receive in a day and how many calls?
Kupeana namba yangu wewe nipigie. Ukiona labda niko kazini and I'm not able to pick your call, write a message. Sijui kama tunaelewana. 0707 247 560 0707 247 560. That is the personal cell phone number of.
So that is Kithure Kindiki, Ruto's appointed deputy president. Under the constitution, we need to have a deputy president that has the prestige of having been elected by the people. So ladies and gentlemen, what are some of the reasons why I feel that the writings are on the wall and Kithure Kindiki has been ejected? Number one is because the leaders have run away. Not only have they run away, they don't want to be associated with William Samoei Ruto. People like Munya are now saying that even if they are appointed, they cannot take that appointment. Why? Peter Munya is telling us that he's going to vie for the Meru gubernatorial position. He was the first governor under the new constitution. Then that was in 2013. Then in 2017, Kiraitu Murungi hosted him. And then in 2022, the Iron Lady, Kawira Mwangaza, was now also been impeached, was the third governor. But you could see that Peter Munya, even as he prepares the ground to go and recapture that seat, he does not want to be associated with UDA. That tells you that if you are tainted, if you align yourself with the UDA, you are gone. Because it is the ground that determines how a leader behaves. It is the ground that determines whether you want to belong to UDA or another party. That is what Anne Waiguru did. Having been very close to Uhuru Kenyatta, she just decided at the last minute to join the UDA because that was what the ground was singing. So the mere fact that leaders have gone, They have abandoned William Ruto and they don't want to be associated with the UDA or with William Ruto. It tells you the ground is gone. Number two, I had expected that by now there should have been a welcoming party, or a homecoming party, a Thanksgiving party for Kithure Kindiki. I don't know whether it has been postponed or cancelled completely. We know the UDA and the way they hype things. When you see them procrastinating on this homecoming party, then you know that things are really very difficult. They understand that if they make that move, people will either boycott, people will heckle William Ruto even in that Thanksgiving ceremony. And so the ground is really very volatile. I think the NIS must have told William Ruto, hakuna haja hiyo party, it is going to backfire on you. Because I know people like Itumi would have made it very colorful. They would have been, singing it everywhere. But they have refused. So the ground is not very easy. Plan B has backfired. Rigathi Gachagua is still in charge of Mount Kenya West and Mount Kenya East, a place they thought would be singing to their tune. So where does this leave William Samoei Ruto? I understand he knows very well he will not get any votes. And this compels him to lick Raila's boots. Whatever Raila says now, he does. There is this joke that if Raila tells William Ruto today, I want that seat of deputy president, he will be given. Because William Ruto cannot afford to lose Mount Kenya and lose Raila at the same time. Now that he made this blunder to kick out Rigathi Gachagua, he must stay with Raila. And that is how one slight mistake has cost William Ruto. He has to be with Raila. He has to beg him. He has to be controlled. So William Ruto does not even know what will happen ahead of 2027 because Raila Odinga is blowing hot and cold. We have people who defend the government, others are criticizing the government. Just today, Cherargei was telling Raila that you need to tame your dogs because they are really attacking William Ruto for nothing, and we think that you are so quiet on this. So ladies and gentlemen, the two groups that were reading and listening to the ground, who was right? One told Ruto, if you impeach Rigathi Gachagua, there will be a backlash. The other told William Ruto, they will forget as soon as Rigathi Gachagua is impeached. And now, William Ruto regrets because he rushed. Every action has got consequences. And Wamunyoro is hitting hard. Wamunyoro is gathering all the opposition leaders. He has replaced Raila Amolo Odinga. And as people approach 2027, people are getting more. And as we approach 2027, people are getting convinced by the day that Wamunyoro is the man to give Ruto a run for his money.